So we just had a massive green day within Trader Society. We ended up making over multi six figures as a collective, as a whole. Not one single person within our team today went red. I'm going to be recapping the trades, the analysis, and the commentary on how I was able to alert the exact top on the SPY. As you know, we were interested in doing put options at 420 to 420.30, and that was the exact top, and I ended up alerting that in real time. I also told people that we were looking to buy call options under $418, which was very close to the low of day. And then after that, I ended up telling people to reshort the SPY in the 419s at the exact top when it was forming a lower high. Then it got crushed again. Then after that, I told them this is looking bullish. We're going to spike back up towards 420.20. Then we're going to crash again. You're going to want to do puts. The commentary and analysis was 100% on point, man. And this was a phenomenal day within Trader Society. We had multiple people in the group who recently joined the program, have already made back multiple costs of the program. Let's get straight into it. So first things first, I'm going to be recapping the analysis and recapping the trades. This is going to show you and give you a better understanding of the unique price action trading strategies that we are using to consistently make money within trading the SPY, right? So let's start off with the game plan. So at 8 a.m. in the pre-market, this is what I said. I said our put zone, this is where we're interested in buying puts and going short, is at 420 to 423. And then I said our call zone, 415.50 to 414.50. Later then, I changed the call zone. As you can see right here, I changed it to calls under 418 will likely be the play. Watch to buy the dip. So why was I interested in puts in between the range of 420 to 420.30? How did I come up with those levels? Let's get straight into it. And as you can see, I alerted my trade in real time right here after cutting my loss on my swing trade because I don't hold my losers. I get out very, very quickly. I lost $3K on my swing trade. If I would have held, it would have been a $10,000 profit, but I don't like holding hopes. I get out and then I nailed the day trade, made all my money back within 2 trades and more. Had a very nice green day as a team as a whole. So let's get into it. So why did I alert puts at 9:43 a.m.? This is where I was in 420 puts, right? So how did I come up with these 2 levels? How did I come up with this zone? I came up with this zone by using the 30-minute chart and the 5-minute chart. As you can see, the SPY had a ton of resistance at 420.70 and 420.87, right? Why did I go with the lower levels at 420 to 420.30, which was the exact high of day? I'm going to explain to you why I decided to do that. So what we're going to call this is, we're going to call this a major bull trap level. So when did SPY just get absolutely crushed? Right here. This is when it got absolutely crushed. You're going to want to look at your previous support. $420.33, so like 420.30, the closing price of this candle, and then the low of this candle towards 420. That's how I came up with that level using the 30-minute chart. There was a massive bull trap triggered in between that range, and I used the 5-minute chart. So looking at the 5-minute chart, if we go back to Friday, you can visually see in terms of the SPY, right? So we go back to Friday, you can visually see this is where the trap was created. Take a look. This is what I call support that basically hasn't been tested. So you can see right here, we had support on the SPY at $420. And technically it was tested very, very quickly. It cracked and then it was retested. It reacted as a new lower high, which is extremely bearish. That's the new bull trap level at 420. But why did I mention 420.30? 420.30 was never tested. 420.30 was a short-term support level on the SPY. You can visually see right here, look, it's bouncing off of 420.30, right? Let's draw 420.30. See how it's bouncing off of 420.30? It's bouncing off of 420.30. This support level was never tested. 420.30 was never tested. It just crashed. But what was tested was 420. 420 was tested. So the point I'm making is, 420 reacted as the new lower high. It was tested. It reacted as a resistance, which is super bearish. It triggered a massive bull trap, great level to do puts. But the reason why I said 420.30 and the higher level of that zone is always going to be better for the puts is because that was the level that was not tested. So what's going to happen is when SPY breaks above 420, people are going to think, oh, it's going bullish. But what they don't understand is 420.30 was a previous support level, and it's the highest previous support level. This is the highest previous support level right here. that was never tested. It just crashed instantly. That's where the bull trap was created. So when it goes back to that level for the first time initially, the most likable outcome is going to be a bearish reaction, because that previous support level that has never been tested is likely going to react as a resistance level, because 420 reacted as a new lower high, reacted as a resistance level, and it triggered a massive bull trap. That is how I came up with 420.30, by looking at the 1 minute, 5 minute, 30 minute chart and just understanding, 420.30 used to be a short-term support level, and it was never retested once it crashed. You can visually see, when we crashed, that level was never retested. And that's what you need to be aware of. We weren't interested in shorting at 420.90 because that was a resistance. That already played out. But what didn't play out was this support level. You had some support at 420.30. It crashed, but it never spiked back up and retested like it did right here at 420. That's how I came up with my 420.30 level, which was the exact high of day. Now, in terms of my alert was spot on, and I'm going to explain to you on why I decided to. So let's talk confirmation now. Why did I decide to do the put options right here at 9:43 a.m.? Why did I decide to do the put options? And I did it as soon as this 1 minute candle opened at the exact top. It opened up at 420.28. I hit the puts at 420.28. As soon as I got in, it got destroyed. Why did I decide to do that? Because there was bearish confirmation at the previous support reacting as a resistance level. So I alerted this to my team in real time right here. I stated I was in puts at 9:43 a.m., literally the exact high of day right here at the top of this candle. The reason why was I saw wicks forming. You have a top wick, you have a bearish trend reversal candlestick. What did I tell you about Friday's video? Remember this candlestick on the 30-minute chart? It got absolutely crushed. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. It's the same candlestick, just a different time frame. Take a look. It's the same candle. Look at this. You see this candle on the 30-minute, right? See this bearish candle? Massive crash. Let's take a look at the 1-minute chart. On the 1-minute chart, it formed the same candle at my 420.30. Previous support should react as a resistance for the initial reaction test right here. Same exact candlestick towards the same exact time. We also know SPY loves having reversals at 9:50, 10 a.m. It's approaching that time as well. It's at the best level in between our zones, to do puts, which was the exact top. We crushed that trade. Now, what did I tell people from there, right? So I'm a scalper. I get in, I get out very, very quickly. I locked in my profits within 1 minute. This 1 minute candle right here, I should have held it a little bit longer because it was at such a good competent level. But within 1 minute, I made $2,000 off that single scalp on the SPY, man. Within 1 minute, it dropped literally 30 cents. Such a great trade. I sold my puts in the money on the next minute candle. I sold them in the money as this was getting crushed here. Made a very, very nice trade. It dropped 70 cents within 2 minutes. So with that being said, what was the next trade analysis, right? So I got on my puts. I locked in my profits. What I ended up telling people was this. So earlier, before that, I told them calls under 418 will likely be the play. Watch to buy the dip. Why did I say that? Why are some reasons that calls would be a good buy at for under $418? Well, you can see right here, we have all of these wicks. We have these bottom wicks with big upside potential that haven't been tested yet. Take a look at these wicks here. You have a lot of bottom support. See the bottom wicks and see how these are bottom strong 30-minute wicks where the SPY has massive bear traps and big spikes, big spikes, big spikes. We have a lot of these wicks towards 417.50, 417.50 to 417.35. This wick right here has not been tested. So if SPY's going to bottom at 417.35 and shoot up to 419.18 within 30 minutes, right, and recover, what do you think is going to happen when it retests the bottom of that wick for the first time? It's likely going to bounce. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go as high as it did last time, but we'll have an idea based off of history of how high it can go, and we just sell into the rip, man. That's why I was saying puts. That's why I was saying calls below 418, and you could see, man, history repeats itself. Look at this. You have a crazy, crazy bear trap that got created at 417.30. It was never retested. It formed slightly higher support right here, never retested. Surely enough, once it's retested and hits that exact level, it bounces. Do you see how the beauty of that? And that's initial reactions. You want to do that on the initial reaction. The first time it goes to that 420.30 previous support that was never tested, you play the puts. The first time it goes to that 417.30 bottom wick level that was almost tested but never tested, and it ended up forming higher support, which is even more great if it's just going to drop right back down. And you want overreactions. This is what you want, man. You want overreactions in the first time initial reactions. You must know the best levels to buy calls. So right here, what's the best level to buy calls looking at this chart? $417.35. It's the bottom of the wick, massive upside potential. What's the best level to buy puts? Some people would say $420.80 resistance, but that wasn't the high of day. You couldn't do puts at that level. What I would tell you is study the previous support. What was the previous support that has not been retested? And if you looked at the 5-minute chart, you could see right here, you had support at 420.30, 420.20, 420.30. This was support. This was support. This was support. It reacted as a support level for a short period of time. It crashed, it crashed, it crashed. It never retested. There was support at 420, and right here you can see it cracked and then it retested. So it played out and it's bearish. So aim for the higher level at 420.20, 420.30, because that's the zone that was never retested. Like I said, this is going to break above 420 and people are going to think it's going bullish, but it's not. It's just going back to that previous support level that has never been tested so it can turn it into a resistance and then trap the bulls again. That's the game, man. Like I said, you want to study your initial reactions, your key levels, right? The ones that people aren't prepared for. They don't know about this put game, this short game that we're doing at 420.30. They might know about 420.90. They might know about 420, but they don't know shit about 420.30. You got to know your levels, and then, you want overreactions. Big overreaction to the upside, great for puts when it hits your level. Big overreaction to the downside. Oh, we were just at 420.30. We're going to flash crash to 417.30. Yeah, you better believe that's going to be a great deal for calls. Look at the chart. What do you think it's going to do? History's going to try to repeat itself temporarily for the short-term being. It's just too big of an overreaction, and it's just too good of a level to not hit calls on at that 417.30. So that's why I said that. Led people in the right direction. Where did I go from there, right? I gave them nearly the low on calls. I gave them the exact top on peaks in advance. That was all in advance. My level for calls was at market open. My level for puts was a day in advance. Where did I go from there? Take a look. It just keeps on getting better. So in terms of where I went from there, you could see right here, this is going to be our next level. So let's get straight into this. Let's see. Where was the next level that I ended up doing puts on? Give me one moment, guys. I got to find this here real quick. So this is where I did the 420 puts. It was 419. Where's 419? 419. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to type it in. It was a 419 put. Let's see if we could find it here. Here we go. So this was the next trade. I'm in 419 puts on the SPY. This was alerted, as you could see, at 10:38 a.m. And I locked in my profits for another $2,000 gain. I was in the money very, very quickly. Just a couple minutes, just 2 minutes. I'm already in the money. I bought them out of the money, already in the money. And then right there at 10:43 a.m., I sold for a $2,000 profit. So why did I decide to rebuy puts at 10:40 a.m.? Why did I go at a lower level? Why did I play in between the middle of the channel? Well, it all had to do with the 30-minute pattern. Let's take a look at the 30-minute pattern here. So we're going to look at the 30-minute chart. This is the reason why I decided to do puts, all based off the 30-minute pattern. And as you could see, when SPY bottomed at 417.30, it had a massive spike. When SPY bottomed at 417.30, it had a massive spike. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, wow, this is an exact repeat as Friday. History is repeating itself. So what happened when this 30-minute trend reversal candlestick here closed green? What happened the next 30 minutes? As you can see, the next 30 minutes, it spiked a little bit higher than the closing of this candle, but it dropped and it sold off within that 30 minutes. So if you were to short the rip above the closing price of this 30-minute candle and that history repeat itself, you would have banked on puts. And surely enough, it did the same exact thing. Look at the candlestick. The candlestick is nearly identical compared to the one I just showed you. It goes a little bit above the closing price, and then I'm in puts in the 419 range, in the 419.10, 419.15. I'm smacking puts. 2 minutes later, I'm in the money. It drops even further. And then I get out. I lock in my gains. It dropped like 60, 70 cents. I locked in my gains and I sold my profit, man, using that 30-minute pattern. So that was the move, man. That was the move. Such a beautiful trade utilizing that 30-minute pattern. And if you just studied, if you looked at the 5-minute chart, man, look at this. You had a previous wick, you had a previous support right here that has not been retested. See the support right here? See the support right here? It cracks, retested, reacted as a resistance. See the support right here? Massive crash, no retest, same strategy I showed you at the 420.30 level, no retest at this 419.30. Well, it has a massive crash. If it's going to spike right back up and form that bearish 30-minute candlestick and start forming 5-minute bearish trend reversal candlesticks, so look at the 5-minute chart. There's now a strong roof at that previous support. That means it's forming a lower high and it's going to start to trend back down towards the lows, towards the wick, right? Look at the confirmations, man. All bearish confirmations. Literally the same bearish candlestick. And look at the 5-minute chart on this. Just such a bearish. Today was the easiest day, man. This was the easiest and one of the best days we had Trader Society, guys. If you are not green, if you are not making back multiple calls to the program before you even join this program, I don't understand what it is that you guys are doing. This is now the second day in a row we told you guys to do puts at 420.30. This is the second day in a row. We got you guys in at the exact top, the exact high of day. Look at how simple this chart is. There's a clear roof. There's a clear resistance at the lower high. Of course, I'm going to hit puts at 419.15, right? So that's why I did it, man. It's all within that 30-minute chart. It's all within that 5-minute chart. It's all within that 1-minute chart. This is highly predictable stuff. This is very predictable. Just look at the support. Your support's right here. Massive crash, retest, top wick, trend reversal candlesticks, trend candle. Every single the 30-minute pattern was bearish. The 5-minute pattern was bearish. The 1-minute was bearish. Everything about this was bearish. You know, if SPY's forming this roof at that previous support and having these big drops, it's going to try to retest this wick. So when it spikes back up to here, I'm going to short it, and then I'm going to sell some into the wick and leave some runners. Such a beautiful trade. Now, what did I have to say after that? So in terms of what I had to say after that, this was the overall final analysis. Take a look at this for 2020. So right here, in terms of what I said, let's see. So for 2020, let's see. I'll just type in vibes. That'll be easier to find it. I'll type in vibes. It should show up under vibes here. So right here. So this was at 2:07 p.m. I said unpopular opinion. SPY is giving 420 vibes later. The low, the best level would be to buy the low at 418. I didn't even think it was going to go that low. I just thought it was going to rocket up, but I'm not chasing calls towards the peak. But I told people in key levels. So I was basically saying that this is going to go bullish. It's going to break out. It's going to hit 420.20. I said that at 2:07 p.m. At 2:07 p.m., this was trading literally at, let's see. So if we go to today and we go to 2:07 p.m., I said that right here. I said it right here. That was the first time I said it. And as soon as I said it, that was the time it finally broke above that resistance. And then this is what I said after that. I told them they could do it again. In the key levels, I updated it. I said, right here, you can do it again. So I updated it at 10:58 a.m. If this somehow dropped to 416.70, you're going to want to hit calls. And then I also said the put zone is 420 to 420.20. And why did I say that? Why did I say that puts are good to go? Obviously, it's major resistance, and there was a major bull trap at that level. But this is the reason why I lowered my level again. So remember how the level was 420.30? Why is it 420.20 now? Why did I lower it? Because look, this is the support levels. Look at this. You have support at 420.06, and you have support at 420.20. These support levels, these were temporary short-term supports. People don't even consider these support. They think of it as resistance. The bottom of these candles were temporary support levels. Right here at this 420.20 level, the reason why this was the high of the zone is because SPY had a breakout. They tried to turn it into support. They tried to turn previous resistance into support. Bearish trend reversal candlestick. They failed to do it, and it was never retested. It just crashed. So if it's going to instantly spike back up to 420.20 at this previous support level that was never retested, it just crashed, then they're going to crash it. That's the game, man. That's why I didn't say 420.40 here towards the high of this resistance. I'm going with the support level. I'm going with the previous support level that has not been tested where a major bear trap and crash has been created. So write all that down. If you would have went with the top and the resistance channels, you would have missed the fuck out. So with that being said, that was my overall analysis on the day. This was a massive successful day. You couldn't have given better commentary. There's just no way you couldn't have given better commentary in terms of a day like today. And this is the second day where puts banked at our key level. I'm well aware my swing trade didn't work. Obviously, if I held my hopes, it would have worked out. But like I said, if I get one nice green bar against me, as soon as this big green bar formed, I cut it. I cut it for my $3,000 loss. I waited. I did the right thing. I hit my puts at the exact top, made my money back, hit my puts again, made my money back, gave the best analysis, gave the best commentary I possibly could have done. And then I called it, man. But with that being said, those are the strategies that we're using. And again, if you've been watching the videos, another reason why we've been so focused on this 420 level is because if you look at the chart history right here, there was a major bull trap triggered at 420 with a massive crash, and there was a gap to fill at 420. And when this gap fills at 420, SPY is a gap up. It never filled the gap at 420 here. When it fills that gap, it's going to try to react as a reversal, react as a resistance, also nearly 52-week high. This is that second day in a row where puts absolutely banked from our levels, man. And I'm telling you guys, Trader Society, they're absolutely crushing it. What we did today to have not one single person, and we have a lot of beginners, a lot of new people joining, not one of them went red today. Every single person within chat voted green, and the profits were rolling in, man. We have one guy, I believe he's buying a McLaren. It's like custom made. It's crazy what he's doing. He made $2,000 today. We had other people make $4,000 today. They're crushing it, man. And if you want to be a part of Trader Society, it's a one-time fee. It's a lifetime access. All the information explained to that is the first link down below in the description. Now, with that being said, what is the game plan heading into tomorrow, right? So what's our trade plan heading into tomorrow? So the puts have been banking at 420.30. We closed at 418.79. So that's going to be one of our new key levels. Write that down. 418.79 is going to be one of our key levels right now in terms of extended hours. The SPY is breaking out. It's back at 420. But with that being said, you know, what's the game plan? What are we going to be looking at? So this is a support level that has not been tested once again. This let's see. So right here, this support towards 420.10 to 420, 420.10. That's our new level. Look, it hasn't been tested. Look at this. 420.10 has not been tested. It just crashed. So keep an eye on 420.10. That's going to be our key level, right? So if 420.10 struggles, reacts as a resistance, bearish confirmation, play the puts. There you go. And then where's the price target? Look, it dropped straight away to 419.50. So set your target right around there. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that trade idea. If you see resistance, you see roof forming at that level, hit the puts. Now, just understand this. This is very important. What can flip the SPY super bullish is if they form a support level at 420.30. So if you see it break above 420.20, it's forming support at 420.30, it's trending up, do not hit the puts. If it's reacting bullish at that level, let it fly. Don't go chasing calls. If you want calls, you got to wait and consider until it crashes to 418.79 previous closing price, which is that upper middle level. And then your best price for calls is that 417.30 bottom wick reversal level. So remember, best price for calls, 417.30. A key level we're going to keep an eye on, 418.62. If it hits that, it'll likely try to bounce. If not, then it's going to bounce at one of these lower wicks. But 417.30 be your best level, right? So write all that down, right? We're gapping up right now. So we don't want to try puts at 418.62 if we're going to gap up and open strong. You know, that's a level in consideration for calls, but it's just too high for my taste as well. Now, if we get down to 418, 417.30, I'd be more interested in calls. 418.62 is that upper middle. And at 420.10, we're going to be targeting puts if it reacts bearish. And that's tight stop. If you're doing puts at 420.10, your stop is at like 420.50. Very, very tight stop. That's a 40-cent stop, right? Wait for the bearish confirmation, wait for the roof. Now, understand this. If you see the SPY break above 420.30, I don't want you doing calls, but if it's reacting bullish, you see it reacting bullish, breaking above, sit on the sidelines. What they're going to try to do is they're going to bring it to the next resistance at 420.80. If we break above that, then we go to the next gap. There's a next gap to fill right here towards 52-week highs at $422. We're going to be targeting $422. If it reacts bearish at 422, we hit puts. Very, very tight stop. Understand, 422, it should reject first and have a nice little drop if this does go bullish, but you need to understand and never underestimate the bull and bear traps. As you can see right here, If it reacts as support, this went from 422 all the way to $428, right? And there's a gap to fill above at 427, and there's a gap to fill above at 429.70. Those are going to be future levels where we're targeting puts, right? So heading in tomorrow, this is what you just need to understand. It's gapping up right now, so we'll see how it reacts. Our level for puts is 420.10. If it reacts bearish, if it reacts bullish, we're on the sidelines. 418.62, if we gap up tomorrow, could be a key level to buy the dip with a tight stop. The best level to buy the dip, 417.35. Those are the trades. Those are the short-term micro trades coming up. We'll have phenomenal macro trades coming up as well. But for the short-term analysis, that is what I wanted to bring awareness to. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of this video lesson. If you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it is going to be that first link down below in the description. It is a one-time fee. You get lifetime access to almost all the members within Trader Society have already made back the cost of the program before they even join it, because we give them enough value and great trading plans where they can actually make their money back before joining the program. This is now the second day where our key level for puts was the exact high and the exact peak for the day, right? I cut my loss quickly on my swing trade because that's what I do. Jim C ended up holding the swing trade and he banked on it. He sold towards the low. He absolutely crushed that. But I crushed it on the day trading side. So with that being said, man, if you want to be a part of Trader Society, first link down below in the description, you get access to the video lesson library, all of the educational material, over 100 hours content. You get access to live trading streams, which are also recorded, so you can go back and watch them at your earliest convenience. You get access to one-on-one chat messaging, live chat messaging, real-time access to me and the moderators within the Discord server of Trader Society. You get access to those networking opportunities as well and that closer mentorship. You also get access to the live trading sessions in the live trading voice. And of course, the live trading. We are active in that chat room 24/7, but we're not going to waste your time. If there's no trade, there's no level, we're going to give you the trading plans. We're going to set our price alerts and we're going to say, look, we're going to wait for these levels to trigger. We're going to sit on the sidelines till then, right? And that's exactly what it is that we're doing. We're trading the best setups at the best prices. If you want to be surrounded by competence and by successful, consistent traders making money, this is the right group for you, man. It's that first link down below in the description. I'll see you guys tomorrow, live at market open. We're going to absolutely crush it again.